So the review for Module 5 for the test. Okay, which of the following ways can you tell if a relation is a function? If every if every input has only one output. Now sometimes some people are saying, let's say I have 1, 3, 2, 5, and then 1, 3 again. Guys, these points are exact same points. Okay, so we could literally just, oops, I didn't mean to erase the line also. We could erase both of, or this one down here, and it has the same point. So it didn't repeat. Okay, so if the x's don't repeat, there are no duplicates. If all the x's are different, it doesn't matter if the y's are different. Vertical line test, it needs to pass. We've never heard of a horizontal line test. And if every output only has one input. Guys, if every output, 4, 3, 2, only has one input, that means that that wouldn't be a function. Okay, so Jesse is comparing two different clubs, Club Northwest and Club Southeast. Both companies' costs are shown in the graph and in the table. So what is the cost per month for each club using words? Okay, so if I go to Northwest, that's over here. And I'm going to go up. Okay, it goes from 200 up to 500, that's 300. Okay, now going across, it starts at 0, it goes over to 6, that's 6. So my slope of this would be 300 divided by 6. That would be 50, but it's asking for words. Remember, this is the change in y, so this is talking about the y. So that's talking about money per, and then the change in x is the months. So $50 per month. So this one is going to be $50 per month. Then we're going to do Southeast. So the change in y here, we go up by 80. So if I'm talking about my slope, that's 80 over. And I do this right here, and that goes up by 2. So that's over 2, so that's 40. So again, that's $40 per month. Okay. Which club has a lower cost at 8 months? Now the nice thing about this one is this already gives you what it is at 8 months. Does this one right here? This is 8 months right here. So it already gives you, this is 8,600. Okay, which club has the lower cost? So Northwest has 600. Southeast has 580. So which one has a lower cost? Southeast has a lower cost by $20. Which company has a higher sign-up fee? So which one has a higher initial value? Well, this initial value is 200. We need to find the initial value here. So if the slope here is 40 over 1, that means I go back 1 month, that would be 0. And if I go back 40, oops, I did not mean to write 40 right there. If I go back 40, so what plus 40 is going to get me 300? 260. So the initial fee for this one is 260. This one's 200. So which one has the higher sign-up fee? Southwest or Southeast has a higher startup fee. I can't even, or sign-up fee. Okay, is this linear? Well, it looks like it would be a line, but you see these go out of order, so this is non-linear. Does it make a function? Well, if I was to draw vertical lines, I know these are horrible vertical lines. It's not going to hit more than one at a time, so that is a function. This one right here. This has a positive slope. This has a negative slope. Definitely not the same rate of change. So this is non-linear. But is it a function? If I drew a whole bunch of vertical lines, would it ever hit it more than once? No. So it is a function. Over here, does this make a line? Well, if I was to draw that, yeah, it makes a line. So this is linear. Is it a function? Well, when I draw my vertical lines, it only hits one at a time, so it is a function. This one, is it linear? No, it is not. Does it vertical line, vertical line, vertical line, vertical line, vertical line? Look at that. It doesn't pass any of them more than one, so it is a function. Is this a line? Yes, this is a line. Is it a function? Yes, it is a function. This one, is it a line? No. Is it a function? Yes. So next, we have Tatsu and Marin are each writing a book. The equation P equals 0.5h plus 15 represents Marin's rate of writing pages, where P is the written page, H is the hour spent writing. The graph represents Tatsu's writing. So I'm going to write this right here. Y equals 0.h plus 15. So what's the slope? The slope is right here. That should be a P, not a Y. So 0.4. What is the y-intercept? It's the number that stands by itself. Over here, if I'm going to do the slope, how far up does this go? Well, the y's are going up by tens, so that's 10. That 0 is right on top of that. How far over does it go? The x's are also going up by 10, so that is that 40 or 50? No, that was 40. So my slope for this would be 40 over 10, right? No. All of you like the bigger number on top. Remember, it's the change in y on top. It's the 10 on top with the 40 on the bottom. And I simplify that to 1/4. So a fourth, or you can also write it as 0.25. We don't know where that hits right there. It's somewhere in between 20 and 30, but we don't know which way it goes. So I'm going to pick a point. I'm going to pick this point, 20, 30. Oops, 30. I'm going to plug it into y equals mx plus b. Remember, this is the x value, this is the b value, and 1/4 is my m value. So I'm going to replace y with 30, m with 1/4, x with 20, plus b. 4 goes into 25 times, so 5 plus b. Subtract the 5, and get 25 is equal to b. So 25 goes right here. Who writes at a faster pace? Well, if I compare these numbers, this number right here and this number right here, which one has the higher rate? So Marin, oh, God, Marin writes faster. Okay. Who has more pages written at 20 hours? Well, we need to take the equations and figure that out. So y equals 0. Why do I say y equals? P equals 0.4h plus 15. So I'm going to put the 20 right there. So P equals 0.4 times 20 plus 15. I'm going to say 8. 20 times 0.4. That would get 80 with 1 decimal point. Very good. 15. So that's going to get 23 pages. And then I'm going to take the other one, again, not y, but p equals the slope of 0.25, or 1/4, x, not x, h, plus 25. And I'm going to plug in 20. 0.25 times 20 plus 25. That will get me 5 plus 25. So P equals 30 pages. So who has written more? Tatsu has written more. Pages and 20 hours. Okay, awesome. Find the rate of change. So I go up 2, I go over 1. So my slope on this one is 2. Where does it hit the y-axis? It hits right here at -2. This next one, this goes up 1.5. This right here goes up by 1. So my slope on this is 1.5 over 1, which is 1.5. My b value when x is 0, my b value is 3. On here, slope is in front of the variable x, so that's 5. B is the number that stands alone, -3. Compare the rates of change from least to greatest. Make sure you read the word least to greatest. So the smallest rate of change, we have rate of change of 2, 1.5, and 5. So letter B, then letter A, then letter C. Then we're going to look at the initial values. We have -2, 3, and -3. -3 is the smallest, so C. Then we have A, and then B. Right here, determine if the relation is a function or not a function. So all of those, none of the x values repeat on letter A, so yes, this is a function. Oh, I should probably put function. Okay, here, 5 is going here and here, so not a function. Okay, I'm going to look at each one of the x values. Up, these two repeat, so that means that this is not a function. Look at 4, 5, 6, 7, they don't repeat, so it is a function.
sorry. I have negative 5, 0, 5, 10. None of them repeat, so this is a function. Okay, here. Vertical lines never hit more than one at a time, so this is a function. This one, it hit 2, so this is not a function. This one hits more than one, here and here, not a function. So this one, no matter where I go, I'm only going to hit it at one time. Okay, so this is a function. This one, I'm never hitting it at more than one, so this is a function. Oops, here. None of them repeat themselves. Oops, I can't spell function. So this is a function. None of those repeat? Nah, right there, they do repeat. Not a function. Negative 3, 0, 3, 8, negative 10. None of them repeat, so this is a function. Okay, so we have CNN, and it's going to Ippolito's class, it's going to Grambois' class, it's going to whoever's class. So that one thing is going to different classrooms. So that would be not a function. Okay, Lila and Dwayne sell tickets at a concert. They start selling tickets at the same time. Lila's rate of selling can't be shown by the equation. I'm going to actually write it down here. T equals 5M plus 500, where T is the tickets sold, M is the minutes sold. Okay, so what is the slope? Slope is 5, and the initial value is 500. Let's look over here. I should have picked a different color. Sorry about that. From here to here, we do plus 12. From here to here, we do plus 4. So the slope for this would be 12 over 4. So that means I would get 3. So my slope on this one is 3. My y-intercept is right there at 600. Okay. Lila's rate of selling tickets, so this number right here, and we're comparing it with that right there, is greater than Dwayne's. Lila's amount of tickets that she starts with is, now we look at these numbers, is smaller than, is less than Dwayne's amount. Okay, is it a function? Let's look at table A. Is it a function? Well, if I look closely, I have a 3 and a 3, a 2 and a 2. So, no. I should be using a pen instead of using the highlighter. No, because the input 3 goes to 2 different outputs. The same with 2. Okay, what number or numbers could you fill in the empty space so that table B would be a function? So, table B. Okay, input. So we're looking at this. So in order for this to be a function, that means that It can't be -8, it can't be -2, it can't be 1, and it can't be 9. Cannot be these numbers right here. It can be anything else. So, anything except -8, -2, 1, 9. What number could you fill in the empty output space so that b will be a function? Anything. Because it doesn't matter. Okay, the length of Bobby's bike ride was recorded at various times. Calculate the slope and then explain the meaning of slope in the context of the problem. Okay? So this goes up by 23.5. And this goes up by 0.5. So my slope is going to be 23.5 divided by 0.5. Oh, my calculator's not coming on. Why isn't my calculator coming on? There we go. 30. Just making sure my numbers are, oh, good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. This would be up 22.5. Forgot to borrow in my brain. Okay, so that would be a slope of 45. Okay. The b value. Well, if you haven't gone anywhere, then your initial value would be 0. But in order to figure that out, I'm going to use this point right here. So the point 230 with the slope of 45. I plug it into y equals mx plus b. I replace the y with 30, the m with 45. Oh, maybe he has gone. I feel like I've done something wrong here. Oh, no, I haven't. Yeah, I have. Something is awry. This would be 30. Oh, I did another boo-boo right here. Goodness gracious. Sorry about this, guys. This is up by 1.5. That should be a 1.5. I'm glad I was paying attention at some point in time. This gets me 15. That makes more sense now. I knew something looked wrong. Okay, so now we're going to do this problem with 30 equals 15 times 2 plus b. There we go. That looks better. 30 plus b, subtracts 30, and got 0 as b. And we are going to change this. It's 15. It is not 45. So my equation of the line would be y equals 15x. What does the slope mean? 15 miles per hour. Okay. What does the y-intercept? When he starts his ride, he has not gone anywhere. Okay? Bobby bikes at 15 miles per hour. Are they linear or nonlinear? So from here to here, I go up 4. From here to here, I go up 5. From here to here, I go up 6. This is plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So if I was to compare each one of these, it would be 4 over 1, 5 over 1, and 6 over 1. They do not equal each other, so this is non-linear. Oh, that's a horrible spelling of linear. There we go. This one goes up by 12, goes up by 20, goes up by 3, goes up by 5. So if we compare these, 12 over 3, 20 over 5, that would be 4. This would be 4. They are equal to each other, so this is linear. This one. This one goes up by, oh, no, it does not. Goes down by 10. This one goes down by 10. This one goes up by 5. This one goes up by 5. So negative 10 over 5, negative 10 over 5. They are equal to each other, so that is linear. Okay. So I'm supposed to plug these in. So y equals 2 times negative 6 plus 14. That would get me negative 12 plus 14, so that would be 2. Then y equals 2 times negative 5 plus 14, so that'd be negative 10 plus 14, so that would be 4. So y equals 2 times negative 4 plus 14, so negative 8 plus 14. Is that 6? Yes, that's 6. And last but not least, 2 times negative 2 plus 14, so negative 4 plus. Okay, so that would get me 10. This one, 8 times negative 8 plus 57 would be negative 64 plus 57. So that would be 64. That would get me 7. Negative 7. Then y equals 8 times negative 7 plus 57. So negative 56 plus 7. 57. That would be 1. And last but not least on this one, 8 times negative 6 plus 57. Negative 48 plus 57, which would be 9. And is the last question? That is the last question. So negative 3 over 2 times negative 8. Remember, that's the same thing as being over 1. Oops, minus 10. So that would be 24 over 2 minus 10, which is 12 minus 10. So it'll get me 2. Then I would do negative 3 over 2 times negative 6 over 1 minus 10. So that'll get me 18 over 2 minus 10. So it would be 9 minus 10, which is negative 1. Then I have negative 3 over 2 times negative 4 over 1 minus 10. So it's 12 over 2 minus 10. So that's 6 minus 10, which is negative 4. Then we have y equals negative 3 over 2 times negative 2 minus 10. So that would get me 6 over 2 minus 10. So that would be 3 minus 10, which is negative 7. And last but certainly not least, negative 3 over 2 times 0 minus 10 will get us negative 10.